E aí, amigos, tudo bem? Quem fala é Fiafox, entrando no jogo Genshin Impact, mostrando apenas as missões lendárias em 4K só para vocês, tentando passar a melhor qualidade e a melhor experiência que aqui eu posso sentir no momento. Então vamos lá. A missão de hoje vai ser a missão Flor de Sal. E é do nosso amigo que fala para burro. Então vamos lá. Aqui embaixo a missão liberou hoje. No meio do barco. Já imagino. Aquele barco já fui uma vez. E já liberou também os personagens. O novo personagem de 5 estrelas, né? Que é o cara que fala para burro. Eu testei ele, é legalzinho, tá? O único personagem de 5 estrelas que eu tenho no momento é o Targaryen, que por sinal peguei no evento dele, né? Dei até uma sorte legal nesse jogo. Ainda não gastei um dinheiro com esse jogo. E venho ganhando itens bons, né? Eu tenho uma espada de 5 estrelas, que é do nosso amigo aqui. Tenho a espada de 5 estrelas da Noelle. E tem agora o Targaryen, que é o meu único personagem de 5 estrelas. Tá, brincadeira lá. Então tudo que eu tenho que fazer aqui, ó, aí para aquela montanha. Eu vou perder um tempo. Tem que chegar lá naquela montanha que de lá eu tenho uma vantagem. Chegar nadando é meio suicídio, pelo menos pra mim no momento. Então vamos subir. Até essas pedras aqui, cara, que realmente não permitem você subir. E vamos dar aquela famosa escalada. Esse jogo aqui tem muita situação de escalada. Então, agora eu tenho uma situação mais favorável. Essa foi a melhor maneira que eu descobri para entrar nesse barco. Tem um gel ali em cima, né? Que droga. Vou acabar morrendo afogado, cara. Tem que dar uma descansada aqui. Senão eu vou acabar morrendo afogado. Isso não vai ser boa ideia. Isso. Temos um baú. Muito bom. Não. Eu acabei de fazer a maior besteira de todas. Eu tinha tudo sob controle. E agora eu não tenho mais. Ó. Esse é o problema, cara. Esse é o problema. Esse é o problema. Quando isso aqui, ó, tem essas drogas aqui que você não consegue se pendurar, que é a parada infinita. Eu tinha toda a situação a meu favor. Eu acabei perdendo por causa de uma, sei lá, de uma falha mesmo do comando. Aí. O jogo não permitiu eu passar, né? Por esse lado, ó. Beleza, mas antes de chegar lá, eu vou tentar pegar esse gel aqui, cara. Essa câmera não tá me ajudando. Tem que dar um jeito de subir lá em cima. Eu já fiz isso uma vez. Tem que subir aqui. Daqui eu subo para esse andar. Aí ele não consegue fazer esse movimento tão simples. Tem problema. Alguma brecha tem que ter aqui. Isso. Acabou que deu certo. Esses gels estão cada vez mais difíceis. Vamos lá. Esse cara fala muito, velho.
Oh, I didn't think I would see you here.
Are these two your friends?
Yes, we had the fortune of meeting not too long ago. They are quite a knowledgeable and talented pair. Traveler, we were just discussing the history of Rex Lapis. Would you like to listen?
Mais histórias.
This, good sir, seems not to appreciate the almighty power of the Lord of Geo. We are discussing the whereabouts of the first Mora.
As everyone knows, the Lord of Geo taught the ancient people of Liyue the craft of smelting. Great today, Liyue holds the sole right to cast Mora in the entire continent of Tibet.
According to my research, as well as my own hypothesis, I believe that this coin of unique historical significance has been passed down secretly through the years as a kind of token. For example, perhaps the Qixing who control the Liyue use it in some kind of unknown ceremony they hold when they come to power.
No. My research indicates that the first Mora coin is not such a simple thing. Mora is a catalyst. This we all know. Even today, Mora is used in the mystic arts for its curious properties of weapon enhancement. The world's first Mora would no doubt possess the strongest power. My next historical treatise will boldly expound on the newest findings from my intense decade-long research. That is, that the Lord of Geo used this original Mora as a catalyst to enhance a dagger and a sword. Well, buy the book when it comes out to read the full story. For now, I will only reveal this. The one who finds the dagger shall become supreme in Liyue, and the one who finds the sword...
I can't say I agree. Let us not speak of the authenticity of the dagger and sword first. But Mora and money came about simply because they are a convenient measure of a contract's value. Rex Lapis just meant for Mora to serve as a catalyst for people to exchange and trade. The world's first Mora is probably just an ordinary coin created by Rex Lapis.
I think that Mr. Hanshua's hypothesis seems reasonable. Mr. Zhongli's argument, on the other hand, lacks any evidence. How can you...
No, I am not debating right or wrong. I am simply stating the fact.
Enough! Do you think you understand the Lord of Geo more than me?
I know but little about history, and I wouldn't dare to brag. But discussion is meaningless if everyone has the same opinion, no?
Well then, answer me this. Long ago, when Liyue Harbor was being constructed...
That is correct, indeed.
Okay, then tell me. Why would the Lord of Geo do something so extravagant, if not because of the mystical power that Mora contains?
There's a simple explanation, really. To the god of wealth and commerce, what material is easier to get than more? I mean, I am talking about Rex Lapis.
Excuse me, sir. I have some questions about archaeology. Can we find somewhere quiet to chat? I mean, if it's okay with you.
Oh, it's no problem at all. But may my friend accompany us?
Of course.
Beleza. Agora que abriu, vamos conversar mais um pouquinho.
What I'm about to say is a bit disrespectful of the Lord of Geo and would draw a lot of angry looks. So it's best to discuss this somewhat quiet. Your argument just now exhibited acuteness of speech and thought. Most importantly, you don't fall for the boasting and acting of the others. You remain objective. So I have a question for you. Perhaps you will answer differently from other scholars. Do you think that all the gods that the Geo Archon killed were evil?
Let's not analyze it in terms of good versus evil. Rex Lapis placed great importance on the integrity of contracts.
But when I was doing some research, I learned about the legend of the god of salt. The god of salt, Havria, was a very kind god. But she encountered Morax one day in battle. Morax used a rather underhanded trick to assassinate her.
This bit of history is a long story. But you may not like the truth when you hear it.
Don't worry, please tell me what you know. This event, I've already searched for answers for a long time.
No, it's just... Where should I begin?
Over here, Mr. Zhongli. I've been looking for you. First of all, I'm not holding a weapon. There's no need to overreact now. I'm simply an archaeological researcher from Snezhnaya. I'm not here for trouble. But this time, I registered with the Liyue Ministry of Civil Affairs. I could show you the official documentation if you want to see. I will be conducting an archaeological survey here, the results of which will all be shared with the ministry. I heard that Wangsheng Funeral Parlor had a consultant named Zhang Li, with immense knowledge of ancient history and archaeology. So I paid Wangsheng Funeral Parlor a handsome amount.
So you mean to say that this is work for the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor, yes? Well, since it's work, I don't have a choice. A consultant of the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor must respect their duty.
Of course you would be such a reasonable man. Well then, let's head out now, shall we?
Wait, if you are studying archaeology, can I go too? I am also a scholar in this field, so I can help.
That will give us a chance to continue the topic we were just discussing. Oh, and you should tag along too. This experience may be of help to you on your future adventures. It is a story from before the rise of the Seven. Oh, but
This is an archaeological expedition, not a tour group. That's too many people.
But this friend of mine has a treasure-finding talent, surpassed by no one. It will surely be of great help to us.
Oh? What talent?
If my friend espies a treasure chest, they will absolutely find a way to open it.
Well, that is quite enticing. All right then. Well, let's go. There's no time to waste. When the Overlord of the Vortex was crushed by the Jade Chamber recently, perhaps something of interest was washed ashore. An ancient artifact would be good. Traces of ancient activity would be great. but a piece of the god's limb would be even better.
Vamos lá. Aonde que é essa missão? Bem aqui. Vamos falar, teleporta e não vamos perder tempo. Missão com esse cara tem muita história.
This place looks so ordinary. Can we really find anything valuable here? I don't mean the scenery, but rather that there should be something out of the ordinary. A big battle did just occur and all, and I don't even know where to begin looking here.
Guyan Stone Forest is actually the perfect place to be, if you wish to learn about the gods, or legend has it that Rex Lapis threw spears made of large rock into the sea here, piercing and crushing the overlord of the vortex. After many years of wind erosion, those stone spears have turned into the unique rock formations we see now. What we see now is just the part of them that remains. The stone spears hurled by Rex Lapis all those years ago were much, but due to the different angles they landed at, their large centers of mass, erosion by sea, so besides...
Well, a god able to fight one so powerful as Rex Lapis was certainly very strong in its own right.
Indeed. This is where the value lies in research at Guyan Stone. Most of the objects from that time were lost to the sea. But
So you're saying that, I mean, rich with archaeological knowledge?
okay then. I will go with my friend here. Although I...
Huh? Me?
What's the matter?
I get it. I'll escort him then.
Okay. If we find anything valuable or rare, let's meet on the shore opposite from here.
O problema desse cara não é só que ele fala bastante, é que ele fala muito pausado, cara, e isso rende muito. Tá, você pode ignorar. Pegar você primeiro, que pode congelar. Mas para isso acontecer tem que estar molhado. Aí eu tô soltando o escudo aqui. Uma mala esse bicho, né? Já foi. Pronto. Já vai tarde. Agora vamos pegar esse baú.
Guyan Stone Forest is a place where a god was defeated, and its remnants still affect the area to this day.
Esse cara vai encher o saco se não matar ele logo. Boa. com você.
I must leave no stone unturned.
Cadê o engraçadinho?
I must leave no stone unturned. I'll catch up. I'll catch up. Someone needs assistance.
Tá no caminho, eu vou ter que matar, não tem jeito.
Someone needs assistance. I'll catch up. Time to clean up. Someone needs assistance.
Quando se mete na briga que não é dele, acaba tomando.
Leave it up to me. Leave it up to me.
Vai botar o escudo, nada. Vamos pra cá.
See that object in the center? Perhaps it emits the remnant
Esse bicho é uma
strength of the
mala,
dark.
cara.
That would certainly attract them. The hydromimic monsters. I have a contract and must put my personal feelings aside. Go ahead. Defeat them and recover the relic.
Esse bicho já vai morrer.
You're in for a little shock.
Sapo já era. Ih, caramba. Esses bichos da água são os bichos mais chatos que tem em todo o jogo. Boa. Já vou usar a Noelle para acabar com esses caras também. Na verdade, estou utilizando o máximo possível o poder da pedra. Está sendo muito bem-vindo no momento. Que já era. Vamos lá.
I must leave no stone unturned.
Tá detonando você.
little closer.
Ele vai resetar HP. Olha só que roubalheira, velho. Ele vai resetar HP. Não tem problema não. Vai morrer de qualquer jeito.
Come a little closer. You're in for a
Não vai durar muito tempo não.
It's just a stone slab, but its design is quite unique.
Vamos em
Should
frente.
be enough to garner some information. Let's head back.
Temos aqui bastante pedras. Eu vou aproveitar um pouquinho dessa reserva.
You call yourself a scholar of archaeology? You can't even recognize this or that. What are you good for?
We all have our areas of expertise. I already tried very hard to explain.
This girl just keeps bragging about how she's an archaeologist, but she doesn't even know anything about the surrounding ruins. I even know more than her. She left me to rely solely on experience to find anything valuable to take back.
I've just been researching the god of salt, so I'm not familiar with sea relics. Is that so strange? And you kept asking about how much Mora everything is worth. Can the value of relics only be measured in Mora?
Isn't measuring their value in Mora the easiest way? This also matches the traditions of Liu, does it not?
Now, calm down. No need to make a fuss. We were able to bring back some intriguing objects. Let's have a look. Oh, what a shame. The stone slab we found, however, has a mysterious pattern and faint aura of divine power. Perhaps
Quick, give it to me. At least we didn't come for nothing. The power of the gods, yes. This is good. Oh, but these other objects are certainly worth a little something, right? It should be enough to cover the cost of hiring you. It's all mine.
Not at all. My quest to uncover the history of the god of salt is because history can tell us about culture and beliefs. But you're just trying to use archaeology to get rich.
Nonsense! I'm a professional archaeology researcher from Snezhnaya. I swear, if I'm lying...
Oh, by the way, you probably don't want to sell that teacup.
Oh? Why's that?
That's not an ancient teacup.
See? You do want to sell these objects!
But, All right then. No need to stay here any longer. I'm rather quite intrigued by the god of salt too, actually.
Temos mais coisa para fazer. Só vou pegar aqui umas conchas que elas são úteis para upar o Targaryen no futuro, né? Porque na última vez pediram bastante concha. Então vamos subir. Vem pra cá. Um lugar bem isolado. Esses bichos da água são bem chatos de matar. E dessa vez está em terreno seco. Quando você vai enfrentar aquele boss da água ali que te dá os itens para você subir personagem com o poder da água, esses são bem complicados de matar.
I'll catch up.
Vou curando a galera enquanto isso.
I'll catch up.
Ih, tem um grandão para derrubar. Se ele cair na água será ótimo, mano.
I must leave no stone unturned.
Já era.
Someone needs assistance.
Vem cá, vem. Ai, caramba, afoguei no raso, cara. Ah, vergonha esse jogo nesse ponto. Você se afoga no raso, velho. Que vergonha, cara. O cara se afoga no raso, mano. É uma vergonha. Ele vai perdendo aqui, ó, a defesa. Vai perdendo aqui a defesa dele. Quero ver quando ele perder a proteção. Ele vai morrer de uma vez, não é possível. Vacilei. Quando essa defesa acabar, o que vai acontecer com você? Eu vou ter que detonar você, cara. Você não morre afogado. Vou ter que detonar você. Tem jeito, tem que detonar você.
You're in for a little shock.
Meu amigo, tu vai tomar de qualquer jeito.
Closer. You're in for a little shock.
Ah, por favor. Já era, cara. Vai dormir. Pensei que ele fosse morrer afogado, não morre não.
Someone needs assistance.
I heard that Salterai was once the home of the god of salt's people. Therefore,
According to legend, the people of the god of salt, Havria, enjoyed prosperous lives under her, but this legend has been around for ages. With the countless scrap collectors and treasure hoarders in the area, there probably aren't many valuable things left here.
oh, that's just great. If I knew it was this clean before, I wouldn't have come.
About that, I know there's a ruin deep in this cave here. It's related to the god of salt, which is actually how the area originally got its name of Salterai. However, the ruin entrance has been sealed by a mysterious power. Nobody has been able to break the seal. I found a mechanism that seemed to be related to the seal, but when I undid the mechanism, the seal wasn't affected at all. So at the moment, the seal's origin and how to break it are very important topics in my research on the god of salt. I don't know, there's no concrete evidence, but I'm pretty sure the seal is meant to hide some kind of long-forgotten truth. The god of salt was a benevolent god, adored by the people, not to mention powerful. She wouldn't have any kind of shameful secrets to hide. So, the one who wants to hide some truth is very possibly her killer, Morax.
Who cares about all that? It sounds like countless treasures of the god of salt lie within this ruin, just waiting for someone to find them, right?
You weren't listening at all, were you? Even if there's a mountain of treasures inside, nobody can get in if the seal isn't broken.
Ah, but we have the illustrious Mr. Zhongli with us. He looks like he knows just about everything. A little seal shouldn't be any trouble for him.
This seal seems to be quite ancient. Even Mr. Zhongli may not know all of its secrets.
I may know something about it.
What?
Over the years, I've heard various rumors with bits of knowledge about seals. Let's go take a look at the mechanism Miss Wanyan just mentioned.
Okay, since Mr. Zhongli says so, follow me then.
Deixa eu ver como é que é o caminho. É mais fácil vir por aqui. Porque eu vou contornando.
Someone needs assistance.
Vamos seguir e ver o que temos aqui, mano.
There's some debris scattered here that, when put together, look like they definitely have to do with the god of salt.
Tem que fazer aqui, ó.
According to the inscription on the side, if one looks from a certain angle, the secret to the mechanism will be revealed.
Exatamente. Beleza.
See that? Although we activated the mechanism, nothing happened to the seal.
That's because there's actually another mechanism that must be activated.
Another?
Let me lead the way from here.
This place seems familiar. Huh, I remember. I think there's some elemental monuments here. So you're saying they're related to all this? When I investigated the seal last time, I had someone with a vision accompany me, but when we lit up all the elemental monuments, nothing happened.
That's because you don't just need to activate them at the same time. The secret to this puzzle is hidden in the legends about the Archon War. Tianheng in the south, Yaoguang in the east, Jueyun in the west, Jingze in the north. All desolate and devoid of life.
To the north, to the east. Do the people of Liyue always talk in riddles?
Certainly you have. And the contents of this saying are also related to the god to provide a haven for her people. whose lives had been ravaged by the Archon War. At that time, with the chaotic fires of war engulfing the land, and that haven she eventually found.
Okay, enough with these ancient stories.
Tianhong, with this.
Vamos lá. Esse cara fala muito pausado. Não tem que adiantar, não tem jeito, né? Vai ficar sempre enorme. Vamos pegar esse cara aqui de flecha, que é sempre o cara que vai me atazanar mais. Não deu pra defender, né, cara? Ainda bem que a Lisa tá no grupo.
Tianhong in the south, Yaoguang in the east, Jueyun in the west, Chinesa in the north. The directions are the clue. Give it another try.
Sul, leste, oeste, norte, tá bom. Então tem certa sequência. Então é sul, leste, oeste, norte. Sul, leste. Vai errar de novo porque infelizmente ele não consegue desativar.
Tianhong in the south, Yaoguang
Agora
in the
tem que
east,
fazer de novo.
Jueyun in the west, Chinesa in the north. The directions are the clue. Give it another try.
Leste, oeste e norte.
Look! The seal really was broken! Mr. Zhongli is indeed quite remarkable.
It was nothing, really. Now, it's time that people learn the hidden truth lost to time.
Vamos lá.
Before entering the room, I have a proposal that will help us prevent the kind of senseless arguing between you two that we...
Okay. What is it?
I propose you two agree upon it to show my sincerity.
I don't agree.
I don't agree either. He will only defile the precious relics left behind.
Well then, you will have to...
You have the audacity to demand this.
If you want me to agree upon this contract, so be it. If we discover the truth behind the God of Salt, you must judge it fairly, even if the truth harms Morax's image.
I can accept this arrangement. Well then.
Vamos lá. Vamos lá. Aqui com essa ruína. O grupo está equilibrado. Temos a Noelle como elemento pedra, o cristal.
these statues?
No. These are people.
Então nós vamos jogar com o nosso
They
amigo
were
aqui.
probably followers of the god of salt.
How did they become this way?
What in the world is hidden deep in this room?
Deixa que a Nelly cuida disso. Então essa pilastra dele é pelos mesmos motivos que a do Firefox faz. Esse é o nosso personagem dessa
Look at this. It's filled halfway with salt.
temporada aí, 5 estrelas.
Just looks like a fancy salt holder. Seems like the god of salt was a god.
According to my knowledge, it's no ordinary vessel. Although it is only half full, it is also forever half full.
What? You're saying that even if I pour the salt out, the amount inside won't change?
Exactly.
Able to produce endless salt. The god of salt is powerful indeed.
Finally, after all that effort, I've found precious treasure. I claim this is mine. I just need to pour the endless salt into 1,000 or 10,000 bags.
Hey! How can you use a relic of the god of salt for such a shallow pursuit?
If Mr. Clement wants this salt chalice, then
Of course.
Since we have a contract,
then let's move on, shall we?
Vamos lá. Esse teu escudo aí não vai durar muito tempo não, cara.
someone needs assistance. Steady as stone.
Caiu antes, garotão.
Steady as stone.
Tem HP pra burro, hein? Agora vai chegar, cara.
Just a simple ruler. It doesn't look to be worth anything.
This, if I remember correctly, this is some kind of measuring tool.
Indeed. But the god of salt imbued it with enough. When you stick this ruler in the ground, the surrounding area will become covered in salt. The deeper it is stuck in the ground, the more salt will appear. It is...
That's even better than the salt chalice.
Well then, according to our contract, the salt...
No, unacceptable. I paid for and organized this entire expedition. Why? And this girl has been...
So you are saying you want to break the contract?
So what if I break it? Now that I've seen how the mechanisms in this ruin work, I no longer need you. Let's not forget who hired who here. Why should I let you make the rules?
Because you agreed to a contract. Rex Lapis once said, ones who break their contract
That is one of your Liyue gods. I am from Snezhnaya.
will suffer the wrath of the rock. You may find it rather unpleasant.
Então, beleza.
I must leave no time to clean up.
Cara, pode usar a bombinha de São João, cara. Isso não vai durar muito tempo, não. Vai ficar rodando aí, cara.
Leave it all to me.
Can't run from death. I shall confiscate your treasure as well. You are not worthy to continue any further into the ruin. Leave this place.
Oh, darn you! Just you wait.
Clement's wrongdoing stemmed from greed, yes. But besides greed, there are many other things that may tempt us to break contracts. When people see the object of their dreams, how many are really able to control their desire? I think we should be honest with each other now. That in truth, not a...
Why?
Miss, you aren't interested in archaeology or relics. What you're really interested in is the god of salt. I believe those legends of...
Okay, that's enough. Sir, you are indeed a man of great knowledge and talents. You're right. Our ancestors were those protected by the god of salt all those years. During the war, we hate him. But this is Morax's Liyue after all. So I seek proof of Morax's guilt. He has blood on his hands and cruelty in his heart. We agreed to a contract that...
Naturally. Come with me. All the answers you seek lie ahead.
I'll catch up.
A pilastra dele realmente é muito maior.
This is order. Rise.
Vamos lá. Não é ele nele. Vou ter que pegar você logo, mano. Você é o modo de cabeça. Você vai chegar a tua hora já com esse teu escudo aí de pedra. Já tá com uma hora também pra acabar. O cara voou.
Try not to enjoy this too much. I'll come a little closer. You're in for a little shock. You're in for a little shock.
A galerinha aqui tá com bastante HPzinho. Tchauzinho, palhaço.
Someone, I must leave no stone unturned. Someone needs assistance.
Acabar lá com esses caras e deixar o maguinho pra depois.
I'll catch up.
Vou usar aqui a lista contra você. Que você também não vai durar muito tempo não.
Has a good night show. Steady as stone. I'll catch
Já era, cara. Você não vai durar não. Oh, pra que eu vou jogar esse especial? Ó? Esse baú aí não rola.
This is a sword? It's a broken sword. This is proof. This proves that the god of salt had to fight back against the evil Morax. But sadly, she was defeated. The power of this sword surely is much greater than that of the Salt Chalice and Salt Ruler. If we can repair the sword, then we can show the world the mighty power of the god of salt.
2 pieces of a broken sword. From an archaeological perspective, these are 2 separate relics.
Why? We were alternating claims to treasure, true. But Clement is no longer here.
Yes, but the only one object per claim clause still holds true.
This logic!
When there's a contract, nothing can be allowed to slide. If the contract is not followed, then...
No! If I only take 1/2, then it can't be repaired, and the power of the god of salt cannot be restored. No matter what, I must be faithful to her, even if it breaks the contract. I don't care.
So you are already decided? That is to say, you consign yourself to suffer the wrath of the...
That's okay. Punish me.
Perhaps that punishment would be easier for her. As punishment, I will tell you the truth.
Huh? The truth? You mean the truth is my punishment?
Yes. The truth that I'm about to tell you. I'm afraid to say that the god of salt, Havria, was not the powerful god you imagine her to be. Rather, she was a small and weak god who yielded to all other gods. When it came to war, she lost, never able to win a seat among...
What?
During the Archon War, the gods of this world used all their strength and cunning to vie for control of Tevat. But Havria instead chose to flee. However, during such a long war, there is no end to the advances of aggressors. After making countless concessions, Havria lost all of her lands.
No!
In her last days, she had not even a single blade to defend her people with.
Not even a single blade?
This sword is not a relic belonging to the god of salt, but is instead the murder weapon used to kill her.
Murder weapon? No! That's not true! That can't be true!
As I said before, I only state the facts.
Preposterous!
Indeed. Otherwise, why would I use the truth as punishment? Let's
Vamos sair daqui.
Salt and betrayal.
What are all these? What did they see? What?
Since you do not trust me, let us continue onward. That which lies beyond this door will show you all that.
Temos que fazer aqui.
This is the scene of the crime. Havria's body dissipated, leaving nothing but these traces of salt. Her dying moments have since been frozen in time to this very day. The story continues that some among her people realized at last that this gentle, kind, but weak god could never protect anyone in wartime. The Archon War was cruel in the extreme. Instead of consigning her to the agony of defeat, no matter how weak the god, the power that flows forth when they are slain is beyond the strength of mortal coils to those who could not flee. Those of her people who were untouched by this disaster, their descendants feared Havria's remnants, so they risked their lives to come here. But they need not have done so.
This must... Don't you dare try to...
This is the price she must pay, judging by how she appeared. Indeed, faith in a god who has already... So it is for Havria. And so... All right then. Treading old ground. One cannot help but be reminded of old acquaintance.
Vamos abrir aqui o nosso baú e sair fora. É uma quest mais para usar aí o personagem que está sendo a propaganda desse evento. Vamos para onde? Vem para cá. Até porque voltar aquilo tudo andando. Até porque é uma queda até aquele local, então mais fácil teleportar mesmo. Nossa, que delícia. Mais uma estação de escalar. É muito chão. Vamos subir mais. É pra subir mesmo, amigo. Mais um gel. E vamos falar com ele.
Now, I mentioned before that many gods of old have been sealed beneath the Guyan stone forest. The Adepti have presently handed Liyue over to mortals. To leave them here is to let them slumber. I ended an era with my own two hands. History records, but history may be changed. I need to find a better way of recording history. Stone carving. Therefore, I thought of you, traveler. You are one who crosses the celestial atlas. As long as a traveler like you is able to record what happened, then a backup of sorts. Now then, it is time that, as I said, this include thousands of years ago. The Adepti and I fought against the turmoil that plagued every corner of this land. Guyan Stone Forest, where I sealed many gods with my spears. After so long, naught but folk tales remain. Oh, sire, you and I were foes, but our ancient grudge is but a bygone memory now. May that which Havria has left behind be yours to subsume. And thus another spark of divinity departs from Liyue. My legacy shall now be left to those who come after to debate.
Beleza. Dessa vez acabou. E eu vou ficar por aqui. Bom, amigos, é isso. Próximo vídeo continua mais com Genshin Impact. Se tiver mais uma missão lendária, muito obrigado por estar acompanhando até então. E até mais.